Next question, the member for Waterloo.
My question is to the Minister of Finance. Today, the Financial Accountability Office released a very interesting report, their Fall Economic and Budget Outlook. It details projected funding shortfalls of $40 billion across all sectors over the next 6 years. $23 billion shortfall in health, $6 billion in education, $4 billion in children, community and social services. If you want to keep children safe, I would invest in them. $2.6 billion in post-secondary and a $2.3 billion shortfall in justice. Meanwhile, the government will be sitting on $44 billion in unallocated contingency funds. Will the government be transparent with the people of this province and allocate these contingencies to ensure that there are no painful program funding shortfalls? Answer to the people.
Order. Order. Minister of Finance to respond.
Well, thank you, through you, Mr. Speaker, to the member opposite for that question. And I thank her for acknowledging that we have a prudent plan for the people of Ontario. You know, Mr. Speaker, when I listen, I think to myself, you know, did the member opposite and the members opposite across the floor, did they make the historic and unprecedented investments in health care when they had the opportunity? No. Did they make the investments in long-term care and highways and public transit? Did they do that, Mr. Speaker? Did they do that? Mr. Speaker, did they make the investments to provide housing to the families and to the people that come to this great province that want a home and a roof over their head? Did they do that when they had the opportunity? No, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the answer is very clear. This government has a plan to build Ontario, to make the investments in infrastructure and support Labour to get the job done.
Response. Question.
Speaker, I would never refer to a $23 billion shortfall in health care as historic for the right reason. It's historic for the wrong reason. The FAO report confirmed that Ontario has the funding to invest in this province. Ontario is projected to run a $25.3 billion in surpluses over the next 6 years. Despite this, the government still thinks it's acceptable to cry poor and hold wage increases for our lowest-paid education workers at 1.25% or continue to enforce the destructive Bill 124, all while food bank usage hits an all-time high for children and for seniors in Ontario. These policy choices are unconscionable. They are irresponsible. Will the government commit today to paying education workers a fair wage? Repeal Bill 124. You can do it. You can pay those people what they deserve. And double the ODSP rates. This is about choices. This government is making the wrong choices for the people of this province. Do your job.
Remind the members to make their comments through the chair, not directly across the floor. Minister of Finance can respond.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll make my comments through you to the member opposite. Mr. Speaker, I'm sure the member opposite took the time to read the 241 pages in the plan to build Ontario that this Premier took to the people of Ontario on June 2nd, and it was roundly endorsed. Take a look at the historic investments in healthcare, historic, unprecedented investments in healthcare, historic and unprecedented investments in education, historic and unprecedented investments in social services, Mr. Speaker. I'm sure she's taken the time to look how we're supporting families and workers and businesses in this province under the leadership of this Premier, rebuilding the economy through the leadership of our Minister of Economic Development, bringing jobs, what a concept, bringing jobs back to Ontario, good-paying jobs, bigger paychecks. Take the time to read the budget.